Hi, welcome to another edition of Warehouse 34. I am your host, Diane Morton-Gattullo, and along with the team here at CTV, I welcome you to another episode. And tonight, our guests are not only content creators for YouTube and for CTV, but really, really dear friends. So I was joking around before the show because your YouTube show and channel is Chris the Hobby Guy. But where does your amazing wife, Lisa's name fit into this Chris the Hobby Guy? We need to have Lisa and Chris.
I like that, Diane.
The Hobby Guy, because her name is missing, and she's, the integral part of this whole combination over here. Welcome to CTV.
Well, thank you, Diane, for having us on your amazing show here at CTV.
Thank you so, so much. You guys have been here for a really long time. You've been producers and content creators with this network for
many years.
Oh, many years.
I mean, I think really as long as I know you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you guys, I keep saying you guys. It's the Brooklyn in me. I apologize.
That's all right. Let it flow.
The comfort comes out when I'm with friends. That part of my my dialect comes out. But so now I have seen so many different shows from you both. Not you guys, you both. Your YouTube is really outstanding. I mean,
thank you.
You have a tremendous amount of followers and a lot of hits.
Tremendous amount of followers. And we're at 4 million channel views. We have.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it took off. Chris the Hobby Guy took off,
Lisa's husband, Chris the Hobby Guy.
Chris and Lisa. Well, we call her on our YouTube show, we call her Bella Lisa.
Yeah.
I like that. Maybe we need a spin-off.
Yes.
There you go.
We need a spin-off show.
Well, for CTV, we're going to change the name from Chris the Hobby Guy to the Chris and Lisa Show. Because, yes, Lisa is an integral part of everything that we do.
For the people who don't know you personally, and they're watching the show and they see the dynamics between the two of you, you need to know that this is so real. They are so much in love with each other and are such a, such a strong, like you're two pieces of one heart. And I can't imagine, it's funny because we don't think Lisa without Chris or Chris without Lisa.
And it's true.
You're almost like one identity at this point,
It's definitely a match made in heaven, I always say. We really were made for one another.
You told me a great story about how you wanted to meet somebody.
Yes.
And so can you share that story or is it too personal?
No, that's great.
I'm very happy to say how we met. And, it was through prayer. I was young, very young at the time, and I was working in Brooklyn. My sister owned a salon at the time on Bath Avenue and 18th Avenue in Bath. And I don't know, something just put it on my heart to pray for the man I was going to meet and marry and be with for the rest of my life. And I was praying and praying, and I met this wonderful Chris, the Hobby Guy. And
I'll tell you my side of the story, which it's an amazing story. Every day that I wake up, I actually look at her and I thank God. I say, God, thank you for sending such an amazing woman to me. And every day, I love you more and more, Lisa.
Oh, I love you. It's gonna make me
cry.
I know, I can't.
I'm going to cry. I mean, I know this part about you, and I know that some people have asked me who, watch CTV, are they really like that in person? I'm like, yes. You are so organically kind, and you are so romantically involved with one another. How long are you married?
It will be 30 years this July.
That's amazing.
30 years.
Wonderful years. And every single day, I feel it's like the first day I met you.
I feel the same way. I mean, I look
love
forward
you
to, although we're together, it's like I look forward to actually waking up and like having the day with him. And it's just because he's wonderful. I mean, I have to say,
you have such a strong body of work and so many things behind you. But before we leave the subject, I do want to bring up also what I had said off camera, that I know how intertwined the two of you are. that when you both came down with COVID,
Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
he was texting me
Yes.
saying, I'm not sure, while he was in the hospital, if I'm going to make it. Please text my wife, look after my wife. And my heart was breaking
yeah, it
with
was
those text
scary.
messages.
Aw.
And you said, I don't know, they may vent me. I may not be
Yeah.
able to
Yes.
text you again. Please watch out for my wife. Literally, I cried.
Yeah.
I mean, I cried with all of that whole, like sadness. Like, you are not concerned with the fact that they're about to vent you,
Right.
and that you were more concerned with what would happen to your wife.
Yeah.
That's
So-
exactly what I felt in my heart.
And she, when I was reaching out to her, she's like, I can't pick my head up
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the pillow. I'm so sick, but please pray for my husband. So you're so evenly matched.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
really are.
That's
So
what makes it
you
work.
both think of the other before yourself.
And that's the secret to a happy marriage. I always say, people say,
Definitely.
what do you got there? And it's just outdoing one another in love. That's what keeps it going. Because the more you love one another, the more, like it's easy to love. It comes natural. And that's,
It doesn't for everyone.
yeah.
So you're fortunate.
Yeah.
You're
Blessed.
fortunate.
Blessed
Well,
by, it's all God.
You can't be selfish
Right.
in a relationship. You can't. You have to put the other person before you. If you truly love someone, you want them to be happy and have a great life. And not only are we married, but we're also best friends.
See, that's really important.
That's
Best
key.
friends.
That's very, very important.
Yeah, very important because you want to take care of one another.
Right.
When he was sick with the COVID last year, I remember it was the first time we were apart ever in our marriage.
It was
That
so
was the
hard.
first time. He was there for about almost a month at the
was hard,
hospital,
yeah.
and it was rough. It was rough just being apart. I wasn't used to it. He wasn't used to it. So. But thank God through so much prayer, we have deep faith in God and the support of our wonderful friends and family.
Yes, thank you for all the
He
prayers.
came through. He came
Well,
through.
you both came through because
We
you were
both
both
did. We were
so
both.
sick.
Oof, it
Right.
was horrible.
When
It was
I
horrible.
fought to come home to you
He did. He did.
and the
went-
kids. I
yeah.
fought it.
I never mention your children because sometimes people are very private about their own children
Yes.
and things like that. But I can only imagine how hard this whole situation was at home because they're worrying about you, you're worrying about them, you're worrying about each other. But we're very fortunate
Thank
that
God.
you guys, here's the Brooklynese again, made it through.
Thank you.
And that you're with us today,
Yes,
and you're
thank
going
God.
to share with everyone all these really fun things that you have been doing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
you've
yeah.
done great things in the past, but you've got a lot of really fun things that have been happening recently.
Oh, yeah.
You, where do you want to start? You want to
I'll let
talk
Chris
about
go ahead.
SNL? You
He
want to talk
loves
about
it.
the movie?
Go ahead.
What do you want to talk about?
Definitely. Well, we were recently on SNL with Pete Davidson.
Love Pete, yeah.
Yeah,
Staten
Pete
Island boy.
is
And you have to tell
amazing.
how it happened.
Oh,
it's
it was
interesting.
amazing. I get a message on my Instagram from one of the producers of SNL. And the producer said, left their number and please call. So I call the producer, and the producer said, Pete Davidson loves your videos, and he wants you and Lisa to be on a sketch with him.
Imagine.
And of course I said yes. So they actually sent the camera crew and the producers to our house.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
how much they wanted us to be
Well,
in
what
this
happened was
video.
it was Sunday. It was on a Sunday because this all
Right.
happened so quickly. And I said, and he comes in, he says, we're going on Saturday Night Live. Pete wants us to go to the studio. I said, what? Wait a minute, slow down. What? I didn't even know where he was coming from. And then I said, but it's Sunday. We go to church on Sunday. And then he was able to they came to the house,
That's
which was
wild.
like,
Yeah, it was
imagine
amazing.
seeing
That's
the
wild.
whole crew from
Amazing.
Saturday Night Live outside your front door. I mean, it was incredible.
It was
Incredible.
fabulous.
They were
And
so nice.
The name of the sketch is called Walking in Staten.
Yeah. It was like
Okay.
a little parody of Staten Island.
Parody
which
of
was
Staten
cute.
Island, which we love Staten Island. We love all of you.
Yeah.
And so does Pete. So it's a fun sketch. If you haven't seen it, please, everyone, watch it.
It was
It's called
cute.
Walking in Staten. You'll love
Can
it.
you share a little bit about what it was? Or you want to
Yeah,
just...
well,
Yeah, no, you could say, yeah. It was
it's-
a parody. It was cute.
It actually hit over 2 million views at this point. You can find it
Wow.
on YouTube now.
Oh, wow. Is
So-
it on SNL's or
SNL's YouTube.
Okay.
You could find it on Chris the Hobby Guy too.
I have
Yeah,
it
so,
also
yeah.
on my show on YouTube too, at Chris the Hobby Guy. But it's amazing because it's fun and it's
Very
about
fun.
Staten Island, but there are things that are really, really fun about it.
You know-
100 bagel stores, this
We
and
all
that.
come
and-
from Brooklyn.
Right,
We all
right.
made fun of where we came
that's
from.
it.
But we love it, and we
Right.
fiercely protect it for somebody who's
Yeah.
not
Well,
from where we're
that's
from and makes
exactly-
fun of it.
that's
So
exactly
it's
right.
different. You can joke around about where you live. It's all
But-
fun.
It
Plus,
was
Pete
fun.
Sta-
It was
Pete
fun.
he's a comedian.
He's a
Yes.
comedian.
That's his job.
That's what comedians do.
And he loves
Yeah.
Staten Island. His family.
Comedians will always poke fun
That's
at the things that are near and dear to their heart. Their wives, their
But
spouse.
this was in a fun way.
But this was in a very fun way. It was cute. It was very
I
cute.
definitely
Check it out.
Yes,
It was
Method
cute.
Man was in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he
God,
was good
yes.
at the end. Yeah, he did a very good job.
Mark Cohn's.
Mark Cohn's song.
song.
It's really "Walking in Memphis." That song, and they
They
spinned it
changed
around.
it to Walking in Staten.
Walking in Staten, so
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he
that has
points
to be
out
a
like
lot of
all
fun.
the funny things, the bagel stores, the wild turkeys.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's
And-
great.
Some of those things I can't get used to.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I know.
I don't understand.
Coming from Brooklyn,
Yeah, I really don't understand this whole turkey thing
I know
at
what
all.
is happening.
And I see them everywhere, and then somebody will write something on social media, and they're so protective. The turkeys were here first.
Yeah.
Stop it! Stop it! For me, it's stop it. I don't no. The turkeys need to go.
Yeah.
Because I would feel horrible if I ran one over.
Oh,
and
God
it's
forbid.
only a matter of time before somebody runs
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
over. I'm
oh,
sure
yeah.
they get hit all the time. We just don't see it.
Look at the deer that get run over a lot.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's sad when you see
But
that.
the
it is.
turkeys, no, they
But
need
the
to
turkeys-
go.
Some of them hang
Definitely.
upside down. One time we were
the
driving,
tree.
and they're in the trees.
Yeah, I made
like,
a YouTube video about that one.
It's
But
wild.
we also had Big Wet on there. We have to give a shout out to Big Wet.
Big Wet was on
He
the. That was on the
from that
parody.
season, also in SNL.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Person on our sketch, so it was really fun.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this
It's
may be the
exciting.
first of many. You never know.
You never know.
You know?
All fun. It's all
That's
fun.
right.
It's all good
a lot
stuff.
of fun.
But his
a lot of fun.
YouTube channel really brings this out because who would think Pete Davidson would be watching that
Yeah,
and contact him? And he follows us. So,
Well, that also brought you, you had some momentum with a movie.
Yes.
yes.
So would you like to share that?
Yes,
Go ahead,
yes. I love it. William DeMeo has he's a producer and a writer of a show called Gravesend.
I binge watched season 1.
Yes,
Yeah.
season 1 is out and it's on Amazon Prime. And he's a famous actor. So he saw our YouTube show and he contacted me through Instagram and he asked us, would you and Lisa like to be part of my show on
In
our
series
Gravesend
2, right,
for
Gravesend.
season 2.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
we filmed for about a year, right, Lisa?
Oh, wow. I
Yeah,
didn't
a lot
realize
of
Oh,
that.
it was a long.
Yeah,
And this
long,
time he
long
has
time.
a lot of big time actors in
Oh,
it.
it's fabulous.
Well, you
had
could
a-
see the growth of the series, from the first episode
Right.
through that whole season. It seemed that I guess there was just more backing and more interest in it, and the cinematography improved through it. Not that it was bad in the beginning, but you
Right.
could see,
It's getting really.
the progression of it. And
Yes.
I mean, I liked it because to me it just reminds me of home.
Well, that's
You
it,
know, and
yeah.
we all kind of saw all of that stuff. It was, it wasn't because I was watching anybody in particular. I just kind of went past it and I was like, Gravesend.
Yeah.
That's like if I saw something that said Bay Ridge. I'd be like, I
Exactly.
gotta watch this,
Exactly.
So I saw the Gravesend name and that's what drew me to it. And I was watching how the show went from good to like
Better and
a
better.
lot of really cool details
Yeah.
were being added in. So I'm pretty sure now with season 2, with
Oh, what the amazing part of this
so
is
many
that
people know about it.
Right. The amount of actors on it, the really great actors.
Yeah, Fran Drescher.
Fran Drescher, we were in a
Drescher's
scene with Fran Drescher.
which was what a wonderful
She's a
woman.
great person.
Sweet,
Oh.
sweet, so
Yes.
humble, down to earth, and she came over to us and just
Right.
sat with us.
Well,
like
she saw
knew
Lisa,
us.
she said, You're beautiful.
Oh,
That was
she
so
was
cool.
just a beautiful person,
she is. She
inside and
really
out,
is.
and she really sweet. And like I said, you know, with all her fame,
Yes.
she's just so
normal
down to
normal
earth,
person.
humble
Amazing.
and sweet. And she sat just like we're sitting here, and you know, spoke to us, and
stood
she
with
actually
us.
wanted to know how we met, and she
Yeah,
wanted to know
that's
our
right.
story.
Oh,
how
Chris
cute.
told her, and
Yeah.
she was very taken back. And you know, we had a great time with her and so many others. Chaz Palminteri
Oh,
was
my
he's
goodness.
also on it, and Vic DiPotato, the
Vic,
you know,
we're in-
funny
Yeah,
comedian.
We're in two episodes with,
with Vic, yeah.
Vic is
So
awesome.
yeah, no, the lineup
Vic
is
DiPotato.
really great.
Fran, Chaz, and
Yeah.
you know Vic. Right now, it's
Oh,
pretty.
yeah.
It's sold. Now, did anything air yet?
No, I believe now. First they said November, then December. Now they're saying January. So I guess there's
Hopefully
because what
January.
happened was they added more, like another show to it. They kept adding and adding.
Right.
So
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
William he's busy.
That's
He's a
him.
hard worker. Let me tell you.
Right.
He's
So
very
he-
creative. Very
He's fabulous, William DeMayo.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
are you allowed to say the names of your characters?
No, that we can't. No, we that we.
You're
you
not
know,
called Lisa and Chris.
No, we're
Okay.
Well, we are, Bud. You could tell them that.
Yeah.
We're like the neighborhood couple.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
the
In the
neighborhood couple.
Okay.
You know, we can't go any further
No,
than
but
that, but
your
you'll
real
see
names?
us. You'll see us.
Yeah.
But it's
we're
your real
just known
name?
as us. Yeah.
Oh my
it's-
goodness. Oh, that's going to be fun.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
We're not main characters, but you'll see us in,
Yeah,
in
you'll
the
see
show.
us as.
Listen, you know what? Everybody who watches it's going to look and go, wait a minute, hang on a second. That's Lisa. That's Lisa's husband, Chris. You know? And so, are you straight through on the whole season?
We're not in every episode,
not every
but a
episode. I
couple
think
of the
once-
big ones. Yeah. we're
Yeah,
about
the
maybe-
really big ones.
Yeah, I think he did.
When
how
you
many?
say it like that, with that emphasis, and your eyebrows go up. First of all, I know you don't have Botox in your forehead because your eyebrows are going up. But now I want to see this. William DeMayo, when are we airing this? Come on now.
Yeah.
We need
well,
to see this.
Hopefully January. That's the
Yeah,
buzz.
hopefully.
I
That's
know
what
the
they're
trailer
shooting
should be
for.
coming out soon, and you
Well,
know.
we saw the trailer. We had a private
Yeah,
viewing.
he gave us a
William
private
gave
view.
us a
He was
private
excited. He said,
viewing.
"You two are in it. You know, you're
that's
dancing
nice.
together in the nightclub."
Oh,
scene."
we can't.
You
we
know,
don't want
but-
to tell them everything.
More you talk, more it slips. Okay. All right. So before the movie and before SNL, you were known as Chris the Hobby Guy. So tell
Yes.
everybody about what
Yeah.
Chris the Hobby Guy means and what you've done with that.
Well, Chris the Hobby Guy.
Tell them how it started. Yeah.
Oh, it sounds great. Dynamite. Here we go. Well, my YouTube channel is Chris the Hobby Guy.
Right.
And I started off with different hobbies, coin collecting, baseball cards. I have different types of animals. I have a reef tank in the house, turtles. So my first video was how to set up a turtle tank, you know, and it actually took off. I looked the next day and I see 10,000 views. I'm like,
10,000
whoa,
views?
yeah, the next
On
day.
how to set
Imagine.
up your turtle
Just
tank?
yeah, it was like one day I got like 10,000 views. I'm like, something's happening here.
Yeah, no, they
So then I
love
put up
them. People love
another video, and like 5,000 the next thing on that video, and it's like wow. And then I started getting all these subscribers, and the thing is that the subscribers, they become family with me
Yeah.
and
He
Lisa.
has a relationship with them.
It's amazing, you know, and we have some that actually look at our marriage because
Oh, yeah.
you can see different videos on our YouTube channel where you know we interact with each other, and
They love it.
and
They love it.
a lot of our fans see us, our love that we have for each other, and it helps them. You know, and they tell
A lot
us,
of
"Wow,
young couples.
I want to be better to my wife. I see the way you're treating Lisa, and
Oh,
want
that's
a
really
marriage
nice.
like
It's
yours."
nice.
That's
It
really
really
nice.
is. It's
Yeah.
a nice like outreach for marriages
Yes.
and family, which is good.
Well, it's a very old school relationship.
very,
You know,
very
I mean,
much so.
I have to say it's like what we're accustomed to growing up around.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
and that's not the way everywhere. But
I know.
so you're a hobby enthusiast, and
Yes.
that got you 10,000
Oh, and
clicks for
amazing.
a turtle.
Yeah, turtle tank.
You know what it is? He's so genuine, I think, and people,
definitely.
you know, what you see
No,
is
I get
what you
that,
get
but I'm
with
a
Chris.
little
and
amazed with the turtles.
me.
But
The
okay.
well, for those of you that don't know, Chris was a science teacher for many, 32 years with the Department of Education.
Yes.
And he has a very wide array of, his knowledge in things is unbelievable. Plus, he was an only child.
You were a science teacher?
I was a science teacher. I was an art teacher.
Cluster
yes,
position.
cluster position. I did a lot of different. I had 6th grade, 5th grade, 4th grade. You know, I did a lot.
He was,
Wow.
So now his hobbies started from when he was a child. Like I said, he was an only child.
Right.
And he comes from a beautiful family. I mean, both his parents really dabbled him in everything that he wanted, and from photography to video.
Oh, wow.
He was one of the first guys to have a video camera. Those big,
my dad
huge
bought
ones.
me the big ones.
He was
Oh,
on
my God.
86th Street back in the day, and taking
some
video,
films of
some
86th
footage.
Street,
I mean, it's incredible what he has. And,
my dad put a dark room in my house, so I was able to print out prints, make pictures from photography, and I was the head of the photography
St.
club
Francis
in
College.
St. Francis College, and also
Oh, how nice.
also Nazareth High School.
Yeah.
Oh, you went to Nazareth.
Yeah, I went to
You went to
Nazareth. It was
Nazareth,
what a school. Really
So
great.
you must have some really good footage from back in the day.
Oh, he does.
I do. I have some.
Yeah.
Some.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you have a lot. Yeah. Just because of that look of like, I got some. But some of that stuff has got to be from, like the Saturday Night Fever days.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have video on 86th Street.
Underneath the L?
Underneath the L. It's amazing.
With everybody, with the girls with the hair out to here. I was one of them. So
Back in the day.
It's still out to there.
See, you have the hair that can do that. Back in the day, when we used to have to jack up our hair to Jesus with rave,
Aquanets.
Yep, tease it,
Yeah,
spray it, tease it, up to here, whatever. And then my hair would just go flat because I have straight hair and nothing. And then I tried the perms and I looked, I looked exactly like I wanted to look. Although now I look back and say it's horrifying. But back then I wanted to look like everybody else.
Everybody, the full hair. But it's making a comeback again.
Yes.
That, I'm telling you.
My hair will never do that.
Oh, your hair looks great. Yeah.
No, it's just, you remember Brooke Shields with the straight hair? That's it.
That was it.
It's never going to go to that. Yeah, I missed that whole jacked up to Jesus hairdo for a long time.
That was fun.
Yeah, I bought a lot of rave and it never helped me, but you must have some incredible stuff, though.
Oh, he has beautiful footage. Yeah, no, he was one of the first, and that's how it started. He really, and then his coin collection. I mean, see, that's the thing about Chris. He has from turtles to coins to what you name it. He has it. Matchbox cars.
What I thought was interesting, Ralphie D, I lent him some memorabilia from back in the day when Saturday Night Fever's anniversary was coming up. And it was the tear-off tickets from the premiere.
Oh, wow.
Because he worked it, and I was there outside. And it was just, because they filmed on my block. But,
at the 2001 Odyssey,
that's
right?
exciting.
No, the house. The
John Travolta. Really?
That's
It was on 79th Street.
Oh, my
And it was
goodness.
between Ridge and 3rd, and they actually changed the direction of the block.
Wow.
They made it go from 3rd to Ridge.
Okay.
And I grew up on 79th between 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
So it was always going up, never going down. And they changed it for the movie to go down. And it was this girl's house, and Michelle, and her bedroom was John Travolta's room.
Wow.
So they
How
were
interesting.
Yeah, they were really good to us.
Wow.
But I took a lot of pictures. So I put up a couple of pictures from the candy store at AB's on the corner that doesn't exist anymore of John Travolta. Because, he was standing next to me, and I looked at him, and I was like, click. The cameras where we had the cube.
Yes, Kodak, right.
Yeah.
Flash. Boom.
Yeah, so I'm turning the cube. Turning the cube. And he was great. And then another one where they're prepping him for a scene, so they're putting his jacket on and doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Brian Rosenberg sees this, and I remember Brian from the clubs. He was always involved in promotions and events and stuff like that. And he was such a nice guy. So he was doing something for Saturday Night Fever, and it was an anniversary. And I just sent him, a message. And I'm like, hey, Brian, hope all is well. I want to let you, have access to my photos if you'd like to use them, because I own them. I'm the one who took them.
Right.
He wrote back, really? And he's like, oh my God, let me give you tickets. I'm like, nah, I'm working, I can't go, but thanks anyway. He's like, let me do something. He was trying to be, so nice, and he was so grateful. I was like, no, and I gave him a release for a year. You can do whatever you want with the photos. I mean, I own them, and in a year, if you want to do something again, just message me, and I'll give you another, I'll re-up the year, every year, for whatever you want to do. And they did the big Saturday Night Fever anniversary at Coney Island at the amphitheater.
That's right.
Yes.
So he had the ability to use those pictures, which
Incredible.
nobody's really ever seen unless you're our friends on social media.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were just
Beautiful, yeah.
I mean, John Travolta was so young.
Oh, yeah.
And so sweet.
The whole cast,
and his
Joey
eyes,
Callie
he
and-
looked so overwhelmed with everybody around him. Those pictures are just, it's so telling on multiple levels, like way before,
Yeah.
he ever became what he is now.
Yeah.
But
It's very
you
interesting.
must have like incredible
Yeah,
stuff.
no, my mother actually, because my
Oh,
sister,
great story.
my
I know
sister
what you're gonna
Joanne,
say.
she was like obsessed with John Travolta. Now, when that movie came out, I don't want to give away my age, but when I was only like
Well,
5.
I'm 58. I'm turning
Okay,
59,
all
so
right.
I say my age. Everybody knows it.
Well, all right. I just turned 51. But anyway, I was a baby when the movie came out because
Yeah.
I was born in 71, and it was I think the movie came out in what, 77?
77.
So I can remember my sisters are much older than I am, and I remember when it came out because there was the language. They would like cover my ears because I was only like 5 years old, and and my mother covering my eyes. We went to the Loewy's Oriental to see it in Brooklyn, and my sister Joanne was obsessed with John Travolta.
Well, she must have fallen in love
She
during
was
the
in love.
Welcome Back Kotter days.
Oh yeah, she got with Vinnie Barbarino. That was like her idol. But anyway, my mother got into 2001 Odyssey when they were filming, and she got to meet the whole, because she says, I'm president of John's fan club. You must let me in.
I heard
And
this story.
Oh my God.
And
Great
they let her
story.
right in because she wanted, what we do for our children to make them happy. So my sister wanted it. She got her in there to meet him. And
Amazing.
they have pictures with the whole cast, Joey
Totally.
Callie and Paul Pape and
they were
all
great.
of them.
They were great.
It's amazing. And let me tell you, that movie changed the world. I mean, it really did.
You look back at it and you go, oh, look at this. It's not what we saw when we first looked at it, when it first came out.
Right.
And I mean, we love it. I'm not sure if it would resonate had nobody ever seen it before and it was to air again now because things have changed so much. But I remember, I had been at 2001 Odyssey 2 years prior to the filming or to the premiere, and I was 12 at 2001 Odyssey. And that's how I met Ralphie and all of the DJs and everything, and all of those friendships were created. I'm much younger than, well, not much younger, but back then the age difference was vast. 16 to 12, it's like a weird, age group
sure.
mix over there. But when they filmed it, I remember being outside saying, whoa, this is going to be crazy. And then the premiere just totally brought it all right back.
Yeah.
I'm outside. I was smoking outside. Smoked at a young age.
12, Diane.
No, when the movie came out, it was 14.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, I'm
14.
outside smoking Parliament, and I'm watching these people, and these girls are screaming, and they're falling on the floor, and the ambulances just kept taking people away over and over. And I'm like, holy smoke. So we had these tear-off tickets. One was to go see the movie. One was to come into the club. One was for the buffet. One was for a drink, and I've got all these tear-offs, and I could care less about drinking and eating whatever. I'm giving tear-offs away, and they just kept giving me more of those sheets, I was just like binge watching the crowd outside. I think I probably smoked a whole pack of cigarettes at 14 watching from the sidewalk. I could not get over these girls screaming, and I said, this movie is going to do something.
What a hit.
And that's what kind of made Bay Ridge,
Oh, yeah.
like the focal point. Everybody looked at all of Brooklyn, Bensonhurst had the name.
Yeah.
Bay Ridge, not really. But when that movie came out, Bay Ridge became like the epicenter of everything. All of a sudden, we got every nightclub.
Yeah.
Every corner had, a
all
bar, a
started,
nightclub, a restaurant, this, that. And you could never park anymore.
Right.
Saturday Night Fever ruined parking in Bay Ridge. Forever.
really-
it's still like that. But it was an experience to see
It
all
was
of
like
that.
a whole culture.
a
Yeah,
culture, right,
right.
Lisa?
The fashion, everything.
Put it like that.
Yes.
It's perfect. Became a culture. It's so iconic, that movie, you know, and we lived by that. You know, we grew up that
And
way.
to be so close to home. It's
Yeah,
like amazing,
I mean,
you know.
the epicenter of like where disco kind of took off.
The
and
music part,
just amazing.
and the way that everybody dressed.
Yes,
You
hair.
know, there were some things in the movie, though, that didn't resonate with all of us, because I have never in my entire life thought about killing myself.
Yeah, that,
Never.
Right,
That was
I mean,
that's
and thank
wrong,
God,
yeah.
like, I'm
Oh,
just
God
not that
forbid.
person.
Yeah, those
You know, that
aspects
moment,
are-
I remember watching it going, why?
I know that
Why would
part
you
always,
do that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't
Always
get that.
saddened me.
No, but
too,
it brought awareness to people that are depressed.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's
But
true.
I mean,
even today, you hear
I
things
just
go on.
never. It brought so many new things,
Yes.
like that we never.
Things that we never
We're exposed to, right? Because back
experienced.
then you never. It's true.
No, no one ever
Everybody
talked
was
about that.
happy. And,
Right,
you know,
Sure,
there was,
and if they
Absolutely.
weren't, they never said it.
Yeah,
No
no.
one ever said that they.
Right.
You know.
right. It was
Yeah.
kind of like the hidden thing back.
Hey,
in
listen, the
you know.
guys were macho back then. They're not gonna, you know,
The
think
leather
about
jacket
the
over
way
the
it
shoulder.
was.
Right, right.
And you know what's funny though, because before that, when did you ever acknowledge looking at a guy walking down the street? It was usually guys looking at girls.
Right, exactly.
You know, I remember the faded glory jeans and the Sergio Valente
Yeah,
jeans. You know, those days, and it was about how your
The
hips.
swing, right?
You know, and you knew people were looking at you as a girl walking down the
Oh,
street in your
yeah.
buffalo
The
shoes or your
whistles
candy
and the-
shoes or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Because the shoes also helped you develop the swing,
The swing, absolutely.
going back and forth. I mean, there was a lot of thought, you know, that we put
There
into
was a
that.
whole chemistry going
Oh,
on.
it
God,
was
just to
amazing.
walk down the street,
Yep.
just to put all of this together.
And then the honking of the horns.
Oh,
Oh,
let me tell you, I will always look back and say, I'm okay with growing old. That's why I don't lie about my age or anything like
Right,
that.
right,
And I'm all good with it.
That's fine.
Because
You
I
look
had somebody have a
fantastic.
car accident. Somebody stared at me, beeping the
Oh,
horn,
God.
trying to get my attention. Ran to another car, and I went, I'm good. I'm good. I'm all good. I can chalk this
love
up.
it.
Somebody had a car accident looking at me. That's okay. I'm good. We can continue on in life. Like, I don't have anything else on the bucket list of like make sure I do this.
Oh, I
Something,
love it.
you know.
that was the most
Yeah,
crazy
that-
that could happen.
Yeah,
Yep,
that
yep,
was
yep.
fun.
love it.
That was fun.
Is a lot. But that's how it really was back then.
But
you
I
know,
don't
it's-
remember before that movie ever thinking about looking at a guy's rear end walking down the street, you know. And then after that, how many guys were all of a sudden wanting to paint their mother's house? They're
Right.
walking down the street with
Right,
the paint
buttons,
cans.
yeah, the
I'm
can,
like,
yeah.
okay, you can walk back and forth. You know,
It's
keep
so
going with that
true.
paint. Their
It's
paint
so-
cans were our high heels.
Yeah.
That helped them, you know, with the sway. But it was so much fun.
Oh, so
My
much
favorite
fun.
part was when he had the 2 slices of pizza
Oh,
at
yeah,
Lenny's.
yeah.
2
Everybody went to Lenny's.
2 slices.
Everybody.
We still go.
And we still get
yes.
it.
And
yeah.
we're friends with the owner.
Yeah,
I have a couple of
Josephine.
places that are, you know, like my love of Brooklyn pizza. And Lenny's being one. The other one is Pizza Wagon.
Oh, I love Pizza
Oh.
Wagon. Oh,
See,
the
everybody
squares.
goes, oh.
Wait
the
a second. What
squares.
about L&B?
I got to tell you, I like L&B's restaurant more than I'm in love with the pizza because I'm a slice girl.
Yeah, you like a slice.
mean,
I'm
a
a
square
slice girl,
girl.
and that's a
Oh,
square.
okay.
But and I'll eat a square. Believe me, I will. Like I go to the beach club in the summer, and we pass L&B, and I bring it on my way to the club, and that's what we'll eat for lunch, and then I'll pick up a pie and bring it home for my husband.
So good,
we
yeah.
definitely love L&B, but I'm that slice queen.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
got to
yeah,
be
yeah.
that
Gotcha.
slice.
Yeah, I mean,
like
these
Chris,
two-
our son, the same
Yeah, he
thing.
likes
Yeah.
that too.
He likes the slice.
Yeah,
But those
so-
are like your staple Brooklyn, you know,
Yeah,
it
oh,
just,
yeah.
your heart always goes back to that, and it's
Now I
great
also
time.
love a newer place. I think if it was around when we were young, it would have been on my top 3. You know, do you remember Casa Calamari?
Oh, of course.
So-
I'm bad
Oh,
at it.
So
Yeah.
Leo moved.
yeah.
I don't even know what the name of it is now. I just think of it as Leo's place.
probably changed it,
But
yeah.
he's got incredible slices.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So it's like you almost want to go Leo,
Mm-hmm.
Pizza Wagon, Lenny's, and then grab the pie for my husband at L&B, and then we've done the whole pizza circuit. You
Yeah.
know? But
And
I
then
don't-
when you get tired of that, you go to Roll and Roast.
do you want to know something? I haven't been to Roll and Roaster in years until the summer.
Really?
And I ate it, and I was just like,
Wow, yeah,
my
you
daughter's
miss
looking
it.
at me. She goes, "Ma, if you love it so much, how come I'm 21 and you never brought me here?
Right,
I'm like, I don't know how that happens either,
It's-
But
yeah,
there's
it's
like
all
old
right.
standards in Bay Ridge and Brooklyn that like you gotta.
Right.
Oh.
But I missed the Vegas diner.
Oh, you remember the? Well, that was after.
Oh,
after
Come on,
hours. There you
Vegas
go.
diner.
2 in the
After the
morning.
clubs?
Yep.
Disco fries.
Absolutely. The Vegas Diner, a friend of ours back in the day, her mother worked at the Vegas Diner during those, crunch
Those
hours.
days, yeah.
And she was, everybody loved her. But, I guess because she was a mom of a few kids around that age group, so she was able to keep everybody kind of in line with
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is
the
good.
look, the eyebrow.
Yeah,
you
yeah, oh,
know,
yeah.
and
It
you
should
were
go.
like,
When
Yeah,
the
you-
eyebrow goes up, you got.
you don't want to. You don't
Old
want to come over.
school.
If she had to turn around and put the stack of menus down and walk over to your table and look at you, you felt like, oh, geez, the principal just came over and I'm in trouble, even though you loved her.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of kept everybody in
Which is a
order
good thing,
somewhat.
Yeah. No,
But the Vegas Diner, the Tiffany Diner, and the Bridgeview.
and the
Oh,
Bridgeview.
yeah.
The Bridgeview was growing. My goodness.
Oh gosh, that was
awesome.
right next to Razzles where I
Right.
worked, and the big thing, and I would get yelled at occasionally by the manager because he knew I worked next door, and he's like, "What do you do to these people? Look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
them!" They would semi-twist off the ketchup bottle tops.
Oh no.
Oh,
Remember the glass
worst.
bottles?
Oh yes.
And all of a sudden you're sitting there, and a bottle would go, no.
Oh,
Whizzing in
they
the
would
air,
chuck
and
it.
then the top would pop off, and it was like a firework only made out of ketchup, and it would spin.
Oh, my
And it would be just ketchup going across the ceiling and then all the way down. And then he'd come over to me, and I'm like, they're not all mine. Some of them are from Wavelength. Some of them are from, they're not all mine. I don't know. But he was like, because you duck.
Yeah.
And it's true.
Ah, that's
I
it.
would go
That
with the
gave it away.
DJs, the barbacks, the barbacks who I got them when they were in Boy Scouts. Don't even ask. But they joined me as Boy Scouts and left like, having the best time of their lives. But they would come and have breakfast with us.
Nice,
So
nice.
we just knew. We would just duck our head. And the bottles would go flying, and we would
Amazing.
miss the ketchup in the head, moments all the time.
Amazing.
But you can't bring this back.
You can't bring this back. And those are the times that, you remember so well and the fun you had, no
Yes.
matter what. It might have been mischievous, but it was fun.
We captured a lot of those times.
Yeah.
I mean, we do restaurant reviews.
Yes.
We back all the restaurants
businesses,
on
yeah,
Staten
that's-
Island and in other places too.
You're in
What
town.
I've
That's really
done,
nice. That really is
Yeah.
very nice.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we love Staten Island, so you'll see our videos of
Staten Island has been your home.
restaurants and
yeah.
exactly,
Exactly.
exactly.
And
So-
small businesses, you need to really, people have to support them.
It's
because-
so funny that when somebody has a charity event, they'll go to every small business and say, may I please have a gift certificate for Little League, for this, for that. And they'll raffle it off. And then when they choose to go and have dinner, they'll look at a chain place that's corporate
Yeah.
and not think about that person who just
Right.
raffled off.
Exactly.
And gave, and like independent small business owners
Definitely.
are the cornerstone. They're the ones who really
right.
put up with so much, and they're the ones who take the heaviest hit
Yeah.
when there's a problem. And corporate is good too. Corporate
Yeah.
serves
Yeah,
its
it's all
purpose.
good, but you have
But the mom and pop
Yes.
stores where people are just kind of making it for a living,
Yes.
And we do restaurant reviews. You could see it on our YouTube channel. A lot of restaurants actually contact me and say, Chris, could you come in? We know you have a big following, and could you come in and do a review of our food? So we've been doing that, and we have a
And
whole
also,
section
Pamela
on our YouTube
Silvestri,
channel.
wonderful.
Oh.
Oh, she's a
Pamela,
dear friend.
she's
Pamela
wonderful.
is amazing.
We've
Yeah.
done a few things with her as well.
Yes.
She's called us and we've gone with her, and wonderful.
Yes.
It's awesome to get it out there in the ad vans and.
Definitely.
It's all
Yeah,
Pamela is a great person.
Her,
I love her show, too.
yes, the dish.
That's right.
The dish has an amazing amount of clicks.
Yes.
SI Live, and I'm not sure if everybody who watches the show knows this, but SI Live has a component with the dish, and it can rival like large papers
Oh,
and
yeah.
networks.
Absolutely.
Pam gets a tremendous amount of clicks.
Yes.
People watch it from all over.
Everywhere.
I mean, it's
great. It's
for
great.
Staten Island. You know what I mean?
You would
to put it in perspective, that's
She
goes out
amazing.
there.
makes it so interesting, you know. And
Well, she's well
she's
educated
a professional,
in the industry. Yes.
very intelligent person.
Chris has collaborated with her, and she,
yes, we've
she's
collaborated
wonderful,
with her
wonderful.
on a few different things, and we're going to do some more collaboration with her also.
Yeah, no, Pam is great.
She's awesome.
She's so
We
nice
love you,
to work
Pam.
with.
We love you.
Yeah,
There's so much I want to ask you, and I can't because I know that the
Sure.
project
We could go on and on all night.
So I'm like picking at these little things,
Sure.
trying to get it. But you're good. You're not giving up any secrets. You're like, we're going to be working with Pam in the future, but not saying what. So that means we have to just kind of like,
Watch
keep
and
abreast
see.
of your social media and everything, and just see.
Definitely.
So are your social media pages private or public?
Well, private and public.
Yeah.
Do you have public ones where like people can follow
his
you? There?
YouTube is-
yeah, my
is-
YouTube
that's all
is
public,
public.
My Facebook, I try to. It's
Right,
mostly
that's-
personal. Most of
Yeah.
that's not
You should have a public page.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, we're going to think about it.
And then, so that you can link all
Mine's
of your
on
stuff on the
private.
public.
My
Yeah, not
Facebook
your.
is private, right?
Yeah.
But you can open
but-
up a public page. I have a
we
public
should
page.
do that. That's a good
On the
idea to
side,
do. We'll
yeah,
do a
that's true.
Chris and Lisa,
Oh, there you go.
It's
That's
so
right? We have
funny.
to do that. We have to include
Everybody
each
who
other.
goes to my private to my public page then hits me up on my private one. I'm like, there's a public page for a reason.
Right.
Right.
You know,
We
'cause
do
I don't
have an
wanna share
Instagram also.
pictures of my dog
Yeah.
and
Yes.
stuff
Well,
like that.
that's
You
the
know,
thing.
like
my
family
children.
things. Yeah.
Right. It's true.
Definitely.
It's true. There are some personal things that you want to keep.
Yeah, of
You
course.
know.
Well, that would be of no interest to somebody.
Right.
You know.
And with with Chris and I, we're the type of people we like to build a relationship with people that we know. So a lot of times on Facebook, it's like
How are you
so
gonna do
hard
that with 10 million people, though?
That's the thing. That's
That's
true.
the thing. Yeah, that's true.
It's hard to give your heart to people that you don't know, but you have on social media. I guess
You
that
know,
goes
like
with it.
like my Instagram.
So you're going to become like Joel Osteen of YouTube.
Never. There you go.
If we could help people out, you know,
Yeah,
if we could
that's
help
what we do,
marriages,
yeah.
if we could help businesses, if we could help people get out of depression, you know, we're there. You know, we're there.
And it all started from a turtle video?
yeah, it was a total video.
If you go
that
back to
was it.
what year was that? Like
Oh, it was a long
2007.
time ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
when YouTube was just starting, he was like one of the first people to launch these videos. I mean, and it took off. I mean,
Yeah,
really
it took off. It really, really did. We have people inviting. We have fans.
Right.
Who are invite us to their houses to
Yeah,
dinner.
it's
I
incredible.
don't
The
even know them.
relationships that we've built.
And but we also do a lot of help with fundraising for different organizations.
Yeah.
We help with the MS walks.
That's nice.
We just supported
the Little North Pole.
Little North Pole the other
juvenile
day.
diabetes.
Joe
yeah.
Murray.
Joe
Yes.
Murray.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Nice guy. Really.
I wanted to go, and it just the schedule didn't work out for me this year. He's
nice
wonderful.
Event, nice event.
Joe,
Wonderful
yes, what a wonderful person.
Very good.
That's to fight juvenile diabetes.
Right. And now this Saturday,
Oh,
we
yes,
were,
big one coming up.
This is Tottenville, in our own. We live in Tottenville, so James Pistelli, who is part of the
The Staten Island Advent. Staten Island.
Conservatory, right? Conference House.
No,
And, for the conference house, he runs.
right.
He's on the board.
Okay.
And we're having a tree lighting
Staten
ceremony.
Island Civic Association.
Civic
also.
Association.
Right, civic.
So we're having a beautiful tree lighting in the community, and we're also doing a parade. And I think we're doing the Toys for Tots and all that.
Yeah.
We had a
nice.
turn with Dennis McCune and all
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna.
That's really nice.
So it's a nice.
They asked us to MC the lighting of the tree in the conference house in Tottenville.
Right.
So that's this Saturday. There's going to be Santa there.
Yeah, if anybody
there's
wants
gonna
to
be-
join,
anyone
that's
wants to
beautiful.
come, please come. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And then
That's
we have
really
a
nice.
parade, going
And the
around.
parade,
and we're
Toys
going
for
to give toys
Tots.
out to the toys.
Did you
They asked
ever
us to be part of that.
do anything on YouTube about the conference house itself? And
Oh,
what the
yeah,
history
yeah,
is?
I
and-
did.
Chris,
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
You could find those videos.
There's a
yeah.
lot of videos promoting Staten Island.
Oh, yeah.
But the historical
The Historic Society. yeah,
locations,
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we hear about all the time, but the history of how it started, why is it here, how did it get here,
Oh, yeah.
how long has it been
Well,
here?
Chris knows with what was it, the
Oh
Benjamin
yeah, well
Franklin
we filmed the reenactment
of
Oh,
the
well.
peace
of the-
treaty.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
of this. They were supposed to sign a peace treaty there, but it didn't happen. So every year there's a reenactment. So I did a video of that. I did a few.
It was Benjamin Franklin. And
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great, and they
It
all
was really
came.
great.
The conference house was actually a site that they all came together to form the peace treaty, but I believe it was failed, and they
Yes,
went
it
into
was.
war. And
Right, it was
but it's
failed.
very
It was still-
interesting. There's so much.
It's a
history.
beautiful
Revolutionary
location.
War.
Oh, it's
Yes,
beautiful, beautiful.
There's so much history on Staten Island.
When I
Yeah.
moved here, I fell in love with Snug Harbor.
Oh,
Oh,
Snug
beautiful.
Harbor.
Snug Harbor just brought me back to Bay Ridge with
Yes.
Shore Road.
Yes.
And
yes.
that part of it
Colonial
reminded
Road,
me of Shore Road.
Yeah.
And I was able to, feel a little bit at home because not that we had green space by our homes. I mean,
Right.
I had a backyard, but
Right.
Shore Road was really the green space
Yes.
Yeah, Shore
of Bay
Road's
Ridge.
beautiful.
It was
Yeah,
amazing.
Beautiful.
yeah. But I was accustomed to, all the cultural things that I just didn't know existed out here. And Snug Harbor was the first part of my cultural, exploration.
Gorgeous.
And I just fell in love with everything. I had spent a lot of time at BAM, in the Brooklyn Historical Society. I used to go into the city a lot and go downtown a lot, and I didn't know any of these things were here.
Yeah.
And then when I saw Snug, I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
this place is amazing. And then I branched out. I think Snug and the zoo for me both were
Oh,
at
beautiful.
the same
Love
time.
I
the zoo.
love the
Yeah.
zoo.
Love the zoo. I
the
can't
zoo.
get enough of it. 'Cause
Our
I love animals.
Yeah, our children, we were there I probably like twice or
Oh,
3 times a week when they were
absolutely.
little, and
Sure.
because he was like the big
Oh,
baby
yeah.
there.
Oh,
He
I
loved it.
From
the bat
Brooklyn.
cave
Yeah.
where they had
Oh,
all the
yeah.
bat.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, my father-in-law was the director there for 25 years, and his
wow.
heart and soul is, I think, very, very well placed at the zoo.
So
In
much
fact, we're going to have
awesome.
a street naming. There's
Oh,
a street going to be named
good.
after my father-in-law.
Oh,
God bless
Let
them,
us know
yeah.
when,
Oh,
yeah.
Let us know, yeah. My daughter just went with her because she is subbing in a school, and she took her children over to the zoo, and she says, Mom, it brought back so many memories growing up, and she said the kids loved it. They had a scavenger hunt where they looked for the animals. They had to identify which
Lot of
one,
fun.
and it was great. She said
The
it's
former North Shore City Councilman Kenny Mitchell is the director of the zoo now, and he's a very close friend. My father-in-law adored him, absolutely adored him. And it's funny because Kenny's younger than me, but my father-in-law used to call him a kid. He's like, kid. And Mark Lamberti, which his dad was the borough president, Ralph Lamberti.
yes, Ralph Lamberti.
wow.
I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
him,
And his dad and his mom, they're all just part of the zoo family, I can't imagine the zoo not having a, the Gattullo, the Lamberti, and Mitchell and all of those
Made such a
families involved.
contribution,
Yeah.
God bless
It's
them.
an amazing job.
It's
They all
amazing.
work
Really
because
together.
Great place.
Such
Great place.
a wealth of knowledge there, and it's so great for the kids,
When I taught in Brooklyn, I would take my classes
Yes. Oh,
from
that's
Brooklyn
right.
all the way to the zoo.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, when you start your Lisa and Chris, new show, that you should maybe go to the zoo
Yes.
and go film something.
I
And
did film a few
no,
things
but
on
a
my
new
regular
one.
Now,
The new
under
one,
under
yes.
the new-
with
Chris
the new
and Lisa show.
perspective of, this is a great place where you really raised your children and created
Yeah.
great memories in this
Yeah.
place. And now look
Definitely.
at those new little faces running around.
Yes.
And what they're seeing,
Awesome.
I like that.
Awesome.
It's
yeah.
Are your kids still on the island or?
Oh yeah, our children still live at
Yes,
home with
they live
us.
with us.
Yes, they both are teachers.
have it
my
good.
daughter. They have it good, and they followed in our footsteps with the Department of Ed, working with kids, and they're great kids. They're wonderful, wonderful workers. They have a great work ethic,
That's
and
great.
they're enthusiastic about work.
right.
And do they have hobbies as well? I mean, is somebody going to have a turtle hobby that's going to turn out to be 10 million clicks or something like that,
Well, Christopher loves chess. My son, he
Yeah.
loves
Oh,
chess.
loves
He's
chess.
big with chess. And Christina she's an avid reader. She loves
But
to
she loves
read.
animals also.
She loves animals. She does. And they're just great because she's so enthusiastic of being a teacher. I mean, we're so
Yes,
proud of her.
definitely.
She just got
Make
her,
a change in this world.
her dual master's
know,
degree in both
that's nice.
special ed and general ed, and
Oh,
she
nice.
got her master's from Touro University, and she's doing really wonderful.
She's amazing. They both are.
They both are.
They're
We're proud
great
of
kids.
them.
She's so proud of your children.
Our babies, right? And you too.
thank
Congratulations
you.
to your
Absolutely.
beautiful
We are proud
daughter.
of your daughter.
Miss
Thank you,
Richmond
thank you.
County. I mean, that.
Yay.
Thank
God
you.
bless her. God bless her.
I'm very fortunate. Both of my daughters, one is outgoing, and one is somewhat shy, and we have a wonderful son-in-law, Sean White, and my daughter
bless.
Maribel, and our grandson Hudson, and then
Gorgeous.
Madison.
Yes.
She's the one who
Yes.
is outgoing, and she's always been a theater baby. So I've always been taking her all over. I think I've been a bench warmer on every great bench in Staten Island, waiting for her to come out of something.
God bless her.
Yeah, it's
Congratulations.
been a lot of fun.
talented.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
Congratulations.
So where do you see your shows in like 10 years? Do you see your shows staying in Staten Island, or are you going to maybe start doing vacation shows? Can you take us all over the world where we can sit in our house and just
That would
watch
be
it?
nice. That's a great
That's a
idea.
definite goal for us. Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. Chris has actually ventured out to Pennsylvania. I mean, he's got a
Yes.
following from Pennsylvania. From where else did
A
we
few of the hotels contacted
New
me.
Jersey.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of
And
New Jersey.
they asked us to do some videos there. So we
Nice.
did videos there, and that was a lot of fun.
But it's a goal, to keep it
Yeah,
going, and maybe
we-
just now, maybe go out of the country and just do.
Yeah, we're
different,
thinking of flying
Yeah.
and doing some things
Well, now
like
that
that.
things have opened up again,
Yeah.
Right. that's the
I
thing.
think that you can take all of us armchair watchers
Yeah.
on a nice vacation, and I suggest a cruise. I'd like
Oh,
to see
that's
a
a
cruise.
great idea. That's
Yeah,
what-
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I would like
That's
to
a good
see.
thing.
Yeah, bring me on a cruise. Let me
Okay.
see everything. I want. Show me the buffet.
There you go. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right up Chris's alley.
I
That's-
can't wait. The buffet,
we
me
have
and
a lot
food,
of fun,
right, Lisa?
and that when you enjoy what you do, I think it
That's
comes
it.
natural, and that's what it is with Chris, genuine, and people see that and they love it,
And Lisa, I have to say, you're amazing. You really and truly have such an amazing heart, and you're a beautiful person, inside and out. And the amount of people that love you also is amazing.
Aww.
And
he's so
I am so proud of you for everything, for who you are.
It's gonna make me cry.
I know. I
Don't make
can't.
me
See,
cry.
this is what I'm talking
Because
about.
obviously
Love
this
you.
is not mascara, and I do not want my eyelashes to go flying off. But I'm so glad that, we have a few more minutes, but I'm so glad that you were able to come here today, because we talked about this for so long because of your strong connection with CTV.
Yes.
And you've always been such a big supporter of the network and the organization and everybody who works here. You're really
Thank you.
like
Oh,
great
yeah.
team players.
Oh, yeah.
There are so many great things happening at CTV, and the growth is tremendous.
Tremendous, yeah.
And people will be able to hear more about it in the next couple of weeks. All these different platforms and opportunities. I can't go into too much because, full disclosure, I'm vice president of the board of directors, so I can't say too much. But everybody should keep a very strong eye on CTV.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
It's a gem.
It really is a
CTV
gem.
a gem. And like you
it
said,
does.
everyone here is wonderful. Such talent. I mean, great, great talent that comes out of
Everyone.
this place. And yet such a humbleness and
That's
a
right.
work ethic of it. It's just a teamwork. That
And we have to say, we are all one big family here at CTV.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
And-
See, now that starts though from the top
Right.
all the way down.
Yes, people have to
And-
realize that.
That is, CTV has a hand-in-glove relationship with the Borough President's office. So the former Borough President, Jim Yotto, and the current Borough President, Vito Fasella,
Fella, yeah.
both very, very, very involved people. Both had a strong love for Staten Island and for CTV, and have put a tremendous amount of effort into cultivating an organization, because of the board is picked by that, cultivating an organization with people who really care about it.
Yes.
And administration, you've met Jen, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Of course.
so Jen, now running this great network, has really done some heavy lifting here. And her team which I'm part of the team because I'm here on the show. But I'm like the biggest cheerleader of this whole. Maria Esposito, who's the board chair, Jennifer Sammartino, which the familiar part of me just says Jen, but it's Jennifer. And everybody who works here, is
incredible.
It's just incredible. You're not going to find this somewhere else. No. And yes, Brick Arts Media in Brooklyn is extremely cool. Their programming is, outrageous. But I would challenge the heart and soul of some of the other places that maybe it's not. In fact, if somebody's watching from a different, community television network, invite me down. I want to see if you guys love each other as much as everybody loves each other here. And I hope you do. Yeah. I hope you could show me that you love each other equally as much as we love each other here. Because nobody would come to work and would come and want to create content if they just didn't have that respect for one another. And it starts from the top. It's the borough president's office, the director's office, and going all the way down.
Working together for the good. No,
everybody's good-hearted here.
Very much so, and everyone makes you feel so welcome, and that's how we felt from day one,
And we have to actually give shout-outs to the people behind the scenes, too.
Yes,
The cameramen, the audio people,
my God.
the lighting people.
Yeah.
They are amazing.
Kenny.
That's right. That's right.
God bless them all.
Yes.
Their hard work, and they're dedicated.
Rosemarie.
Rose,
Joe,
we love you,
who never touched equipment.
Joe, everyone.
He didn't get paid to touch, but comes here because of us. What's your name? I don't even know your name. Because you're so quiet. What's your name? Aiden? Aiden is great. He's just so shy. Okay, so someday we're going to turn the camera on you and we're going to show you.
Big shout out to all of them.
Yes,
they're really behind the scenes to make it all come together.
That's right. Like I said, one big family. Everyone works together.
And everyone brings something to the plate, whether it's talent, whether it's working the camera, whatever it is, you bring it to the table, and it's for the good of the company.
It's the good of Staten Island also.
I think we should let everybody know, if you have a show idea, please contact CTV. If you want to be a guest on someone's show, I'm not sure how all of the shows work, but on mine, just email me. My email's at the end of the show. If you want to get in touch with Chris the Hobby Guy, soon to be Chris and Lisa and Chris's show.
Get in touch with us.
Contact all of us.
Yes.
If you want any of us, to talk about something or visit a location that might be of interest that you'd like to learn more about or see. If you want to volunteer, if you want to learn how to use a camera, if you want to learn how to just participate in this whole wild experiment of, putting on great programming and providing, unique content created by people who live here and love this place, contact CTV, get involved.
Yeah.
Put your heart and soul where your shoes go.
This is the way of the future. I mean, it really is. Today, videography, it's all the way of the future, because this is what the kids love, and to get involved in it, to even start somewhere, to learn how to use a camera or learn how to. It's great, and to have a facility like this.
Yes, the classes here are great. Yeah. The facility is a professional facility.
Absolutely.
And the people who work here are well versed in their fields.
Oh yeah.
So it's a win-win for everybody.
Everyone.
Anybody and everybody who would like to come here and get involved.
And to all the viewers out there, God bless
all
all
yeah,
of
oh yeah.
The viewers.
To all the viewers of CTV, we love you. And we love you, Staten Island.
All of you.
Keep watching. CTV is a blockbuster, let me tell you. And there's a lot of great things that are going to happen, like Diane said, in the future. So CTV,
Stay
to the
tuned.
moon, baby.
Yeah. Where can people hear more about you and follow you? What's the name on, tell everybody your platforms and the names. YouTube?
Okay, you could follow us on Instagram at Chris the Hobby Guy. YouTube, also at Chris the Hobby Guy. And we're going to start the Facebook, Chris and Lisa show.
And we're going to have a Facebook out, Chris and Lisa show soon.
You can always do, in parentheses, Chris the Hobby Guy.
That's true, too. Just let them know.
Just to keep the, your 10 million people all happy and abreast of what you're doing. But
And
it's
our show
all-
also
yes.
here every Friday night at 8:30. Our show.
Oh,
here at
wow.
CTV.
CTV.
We are so
We
lucky,
have a
but we are
show.
at the end.
We are at the end. What a good
You got to
time.
come back. I love you.
Love you more.
Thank you.
Bye, Diane.
That
We
was-
love you.
Wow, we could go on and on.